Hey everyone, this one is about complaining. Complain more. Just don't stop there. I think complaining gets a really bad rap, especially when it comes to self-management and self-organization, where people are empowered and they've got authority to change things themselves. There can be a trend then to interpret and judge any form of complaining as playing a victim or not owning your authority to change something because, hey, if you've got this cool self-management practice where you can change whatever you want to change, then there should be no reason for you to complain because you can just change things yourself. Okay, quick bullet points. Firstly, there's a few different types of complaining, so that's kind of how I tend to approach it. The idea of like catharsis or getting something off your chest, it's just kind of like natural. Here's the thing though, what tends to really help, I just kind of use the tag of or keyword of venting, is just to clarify this, right? If you want to just vent, just say that. If you notice that you are just kind of complaining and, I don't know, you get a little self-conscious, this happens to me at least, kind of slip into it, I might just then clarify, I guess I'm just kind of venting, right? Just make it clear. The kind of problematic version that, yes, is not helpful generally is this idea of like complaining as a way to create change, right? Like I'm complaining as a method, as a way to impact things. When you think about like as a catharsis, right, it's often just like a starting point. This is kind of why I say up here, don't just, complain more, just don't stop there. This idea of like, well, if you kind of start with just like get it off your chest, make it safe to just say what you feel. I think this is the way it feels to me, right? That's great. We need to do more of that and have more safe space to be able to do that. But we don't get that space unless we kind of make this distinction clear that you're venting. That's the way to kind of make the space safe for yourself or for others, is clarify, are you venting? Do you want to vent? I'm open to just hear you venting. All of those things make it clear that I am not interpreting or intending to use this complaining session as a way to create change. Right? Okay, so let's say, though, I'm saying don't do this. Yay, this is bad. I use red. But again, you may even start like this here. You're complaining to create change and you may catch yourself, and that's fine if it's a starting place. So as a starting place, typically, not so great. But if it's, the starting place to, like clarify attention or what to do about it, then fine. Right? Maybe it's not just venting. Maybe you do want something to be different or to change. And these can kind of blur together or blend together. So, if it's not venting, you do want something to change, then clarify. You're trying to identify the tension. What is the issue? I'm trying to figure out for myself what my tension is and how to process it. If you're complaining to create change and you catch yourself or you catch somebody else, seems like that's what they're doing, you can ask them, do you want something to change? May seem like a simple question, but it's an important one because sometimes you might be complaining and you don't, want something to change. I think about like, hitting red lights or something on a commute. Do I want something to change? I mean, not really, like in a kind of a wish way, sure. But I don't know. I'm having a rough day. Ugh. that kind of reaction is just me kind of the catharsis and venting. Fine. But if I do want something to change, then that's also fine. Just don't stop with the complaining. Make it clear that you're trying to clarify the tension and then figure out how to process it or what to do about it. And the cool part about this is, again, we can use this on each other, or we can help each other by using some of these key phrases, right? The venting, or do you want something to change, right? Gets a little bit to that. And are you trying to clarify the tension or figure out, how to process it or what to do about it? So, complaining is fine. It's great. It does have some kind of bad versions, but as long as we're aware of what those are, then we're in a good place. And in a kind of a spirit of receptivity, it's not about shutting down these expressions and kind of prohibiting them. It's just about letting what is true and natural come out, and hopefully more naturally and organically coming out, but allowing us then to kind of channel them into the most effective pathways that we can. And we can only do that if we've got these clear distinctions that help us navigate along the way. I hope that was helpful. I'll talk to you next time.